Hello, welcome to Mornings with Plies, the podcast. My name is Plies Anderson. I'm your host. If you're ever wondering, this podcast is about health and wellness, lifestyles, inspiration, motivation, all in hopes to maybe help and assist you in becoming the best representation of yourself in the best way possible. So in this episode, all I want to do is talk about a topic that seems to escape us in so many different ways. And this topic is called consistency. Consistency is very difficult at times for us to actually maintain. It's a very important tool that we need in our life. And sometimes we struggle with actually accomplishing a particular goal or something that we want to do. And the missing link in probably performing or completing a task that we want to do is consistency. We'll come up with a great idea. Something sounds good. And then all of a sudden, we can't carry it through or follow it through because we're missing this important piece, consistency. How many of you ever experienced having you're stopping and starting? How about even something as simple as a diet? Many times, and especially since we're embarking on a brand new year, many times people have a New Year's resolution. I just pretty much adapt what I'm going to do, and I say that's what I'm going to do. Consistency is adherence to the same principles. It's course, form. It is the condition of cohering or of holding together and retaining form. Hebrews 10:23, it says, "Let us hold fast to the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised." So even with that, even if you are a believer in Christ, it's very, very important to hold fast to your profession of faith, and do the things that it takes to be consistent and even walking in your path of faith. That means studying the Word every day, praying, studying, practicing the principles of Christ, doing what he says and how he operates, because there's all kinds of things that can pull you away from a prosperous life in Christ. But it takes consistency. I thought about two words, and obviously it's a topic that we're talking about right now, and that is consistency. And then I thought of, well, which one would be more effective and more important? And the other word would be discipline. Consistency and discipline. Which one would be first? I even asked my daughter about it, and she said, well, I think the discipline would be first, because discipline is what you start and what you need. And then after you start on a regimen of discipline, then consistency is what carries you through. I said on my other B-roll, so I just left the gym and trying to get back on a regimen of trying to be, as consistent as I can with getting my health workout or healthy life back on track. And consistency seems to be one of the most difficult things that a lot of people actually tend to deal with. It's something that is vitally important. If, for instance, just like I said, I'm going, I just left the gym and trying to get my consistent workout and back into the regimen, trying to get all that back together. Consistency actually makes the workout work. I thought of two words, discipline and consistency. Which one would be first? Well, at first I thought that consistency would actually be the best way to deal with the word discipline. However, without discipline, you can't be consistent. Discipline is the driving force to consistency. So, I guess the fact of the matter is that they both are equally important. You need consistency and you need discipline. Without either of the two, probably neither one is going to work. So consistency is vitally important, and discipline is vitally important. The lack of consistency is insufficiency. It's a shortage or absence of something. Discipline required or desired. Inconsistency could cause some frustration within ourselves. However, it may cause unwarranted judgment by others, such as disappointment or frustration. Let's say that you're a part of a team at your job and you have a role just like everybody else has a role in your team. And if you don't complete your task, then someone else on the team, or maybe the other members on the team, is going to fail at completing their task, or they may have to pick up your part that was assigned to you, because maybe you've not been consistent at showing up on whatever the designated time is that your whole team will meet to be able to complete the task. So it's important that you maintain your consistency in doing what you need to do to carry on for this task, for if it's a team environment. Inconsistency can methodically deflate your sense of purpose, even for the simplest task, and could keep you away in a state of approach but never landing. Isn't that something? That inconsistency can keep you always in the approach but never landing. And that's a bad thing. Because if you have all the tools that you need and you're in the area, but you're not there at the designated spot. So you're approaching and you're circling. Let's say you're a plane and you're circling the landing ramp. But if you don't do the necessary things, maybe letting down the wheels of the plane to be able to land, you're doing something out of order. Because they have a certain way, they have certain procedures that it takes to actually land the plane. And if you do those things out of sequence and you keep doing it every time you approach at a different procedure, you're being inconsistent. So no one can really learn how you actually perform to land the plane. So in a sense, you'll almost be always approaching, but never landing until you run out of fuel, obviously. So consistency is every day. It is developing a routine for yourself that works. Sometimes you may try several different ways, several different plans, but keep going until you land on the plan that works for you. Consistency is every day. Consistency is that you refuse to quit. There's always something, or quite frankly, there may always be someone who may see that you're on a journey, that you're trying to complete a task, that you're trying to win in life at something. You might be wanting to start a business of sorts, and you're on your way, and you've come to some kind of successes, and then someone might throw some kind of wrench in there because, quite frankly, they might be jealous of what you're doing. They see your ideas and they just don't like it that you're actually going to accomplish something. So, but you refuse to quit. Consistency means that you refuse to quit no matter what. Consistency is discipline. Get on a regimented program. Do it every day. Be disciplined at it. Make sure it's a part of your life and not just a project or not just a diet. You have to make a life change to make sure that consistency and discipline works. Consistency is commitment and trust the process. Many times we have to go through a process And let's just say, just take life in general. Life is a journey. And as you go through the journey of life, many times you have to just trust the process. You have to trust that things are going to work out for you, especially if you are a believer in Christ. And maybe you're not a believer in Christ, but specifically, if you are a believer in Christ, that course is all about faith. And faith is a thing that you don't see, but you know that it's there, and you trust that it'll work out and that God has things planned and worked out for you. So we trust the process, but consistently having faith that God's going to bring us through. Consistency is to start where you are and to keep going. You can't look at where someone else is. Someone might be further along in their process or their journey. So you can't look at someone else for your role or for your journey in life, but it is whatever your path is, or start wherever you are and keep going. Start wherever you are and keep going. That's consistency. Just start. Even for like an example, when I was thinking about starting this podcast and even the YouTube channel, which were two separate things for me, the biggest thing for me was, I don't know if this is going to work. Do I have what it takes to actually do this? Will it come out right? Will I look right on camera? Will I sound good? Will what I'm saying sound stupid? All these sorts of things come in my mind, and so that kind of pushed me back and held me back from starting. Just start. It may not be right. It may not be perfect. It may sound goofy. I may not look good on camera, but that's not ultimately the point. The point is I had a goal. I planned the goal. I planned it out. I got some little small equipment. As a matter of fact, I'm just shooting on my camera, and I have a microphone right here and some lights. So that's because I wanted just to present as best a product that I could. But it may not be perfect to some, but just start. From this point, you can only get better. That's all. Start where you are and then move forward, because you're going to get better as you keep doing. Because you're going to practice what you're doing, and it's not practice makes perfect. I heard somebody say that perfect practice makes perfect. So keep going. Start where you are. Consistency is whatever your path is, commit and stay the course. Whatever your path is in life, commit to it. If you are starting something new, if you want to do something, great. If you want to start a new venture, a new journey, a new job, a new project, you want to start a business, you want to start making music. That's one of my goals that I would like to do, is to make an album. So whatever your path is, commit and stay the course. You got to decide that you're going to do it and not allow anything or anyone to stop you from doing it, especially if it's a positive thing, if it's a good thing, if you feel that God has put it in your life to do it. Commit and stay the course. And lastly, consistency is put in the work and the results will come. Got to put in the work and then the results will come. I'm on a fitness journey, trying to adjust to my diet, and my diet will be a lifestyle change. It won't just be just for a little bit, but it will be once I get on board and get used to whatever my diet is, or my new way to eat and different things. That's going to be my lifestyle change in that. I won't be going back to some old ways and old habits, because those are the things that got me to putting on extra weight and being a little sluggish and whatever, happens. When you get older, you get over 50, things happen in your body. So then you have to adjust so that you can stay in the best quality, the best shape that you can. So consistency is putting in the work and the results will come. I understand that being on even this YouTube world, it's not a sprint to get subscribers and to get people to actually see this video. I don't know who might see this video. Maybe not a lot of people may watch this video. I'm not sure. Some might. But the whole process going on this journey is a marathon, and it'll take a while for it to grow. But I'm very, very excited about it. I'm confident that it'll grow if I just put in the work, and the results will come. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. I would love to have you subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate you for listening and joining in and going on this journey with me. Hey, keep looking up. God is faithful. Be consistent.